Hello everyone, how you doing today? Any of you looking for a beach property in Washington State or maybe 2.7 acres in South Carolina and a cute little house? This episode is for you. How's everybody out there doing? Cheers, welcome to How Much House for the Money if you're new here. So we're going to begin this episode in Washington State here in Copalis Beach. Now this house is $80,000. It's been on the market for 16 hours, it states here, and it's sitting on more than 3/4 of an acre. So $80,000 at Copalis Beach Road, Copalis Beach, Washington 98535. So let's see how much house we're getting for our money. And I think this is going to be more so for the land, but let's take a look nonetheless. So this is Copalis Beach, Washington. Now in this area, we're in Grays Harbor County, and the population of this area is 447 people. So look at this little cutie. So it looks like we have a shingle roof and a gravel driveway, wood siding. So let's see what we're getting here. So this looks like it's going to be a fixer. Looks like you may need a glass window here in the front. Now in this area, Washington State, your real estate tax rate is going to be around 0.90%. Look at that beautiful scenery. Wow. Who's looking in Washington State? Okay, so let's see what we're getting into here. Okay, so this looks like your living room, and that looks like the kitchen is on the back end. $80,000 in Washington State. Now, in this area of Washington, the median home values are just under $400,000. So plenty of room to build some equity here. This would be a great one to see in person. If you look at this, let us know in the comments. And let me know also in the comment section where you guys are viewing from. It's always great to have you here. You're welcome to subscribe to the channel and join our growing community. And definitely venture through the episodes so you can see just how much house we get for our money in different states and different towns. It may surprise you because they're way below the median sale price that you may find on Zillow. So here we have a wood-burning stove in our living room. Okay, so here's the kitchen. So the kitchen does have some cabinets, your sink there, some vinyl flooring. Definitely going to be a fixer. But when the median home values are just under $400,000 and this one's $80,000, maybe a great find for somebody. Maybe one of you out there. Hope you're all having a great day. Cheers, everybody. So here's where your stove and range would be located. You can always ask the agent how long the house has been vacant. And the listing agencies for these properties are always found in the description box below every video. So you can contact the agencies and go view these houses in person and get down to the fine details. Have your home inspections, bring out your general contractors, and get the lay of the land. This might be a great find for somebody. It does have a dishwasher also there at the end of the counter. So here's the bathroom. It's like they ripped out some of the electrical. Here's your backyard. Or it could be the front yard, I guess, depending on which way you're looking. It's always a beautiful day to view houses, isn't it? Hope you're all having a good one. Sailing right through August. Time goes fast. Okay, so I'm not sure what room this is, but it looks like it could be just maybe a little storage area, maybe. Maybe that goes out the back door. There's another bathroom. Maybe a powder room. Now you may find some good flooring underneath that carpet. Looks like we do have some baseboard heating in this house also. Copalis Beach, Washington State right here. $80,000. It's definitely a fixer. Kind of hard to determine which room is which here with this floor plan. Might have had a few additions over the years. There again is another angle of another view of the kitchen. It's got potential nonetheless, right? I mean, especially at $80,000, and that's the asking price. Never be afraid to make an offer based on the results of the home inspection, the condition of the house. That's why, for me, I'd always want to know how long it's been vacant. Gives you a little history on it. Because when homes sit vacant, they do not increase in value. Especially if the utilities are off and so on and so forth. Look at the beautiful blue skies of Washington State. So there's another view of the house. The side of it anyway. Maybe one of you would want to take this right down to the foundation and build a new house. Maybe this leads us, okay, so there's the back side. So it looks like they began to work on it at one time. Be a really beautiful place to check out, that's for sure. So here is an outbuilding. Looks nice and dry. You could store some stuff in there while you're renovating or building. I'm sure there's materials that can be salvaged nonetheless. Hoping we get some view of the beach area here. So that must be the lower level. Yeah, it looks like they added on and just didn't finish it. And I bet the neighbors would be really happy with somebody coming in there and scooping this up and saving it and bringing new life to not only the house, but their neighborhood. Beautiful. Okay, and there is another view of the house. So let's get a description here. 712 Copalis Beach Road, Copalis Beach, Washington, 98535. So let's get a look at our street view here. Hot off the listing press. So we always do diligence with our neighborhoods and things, but that's your neighborhood. And let's see where we are on the map. Okay, so we have Green Lantern Pub nearby, and there is the beach. Wow, look at that. You're really close. So there you are. Gorgeous. So we have Ocean City Cove down to the south, Ocean Cities to the south, Carlisle over to the east, Iron Springs and Ocean Grove up to the north. There you are. Beautiful Washington State right there. Wow. Let's get a look at our satellite view real quick. There you are. Look at that. $80,000 right here. One of you want to scoop this up and bring new life to it. Right here you go. And we have Olympia over here to the east. Tacoma's over here to the east. And there's Seattle up to the northeast. That's Copalis Beach Road. Copalis, Washington. 98535. And it says here, location, location, location. Value is in the land, just a short stroll to the sandy shores of the Pacific Ocean. This beach cabin sits on nearly an acre, and it has 824 square feet of coastal, 824 square feet. Coastal Classic now needs some TLC to be restored to its full potential. Zoned R3. Endless possibilities, it states. And when we look at the history on this one, it was sold in 1997 for $35,000. It was listed in May for $138,900. Now they're down to $80,000. And again, the real estate tax rate is 0.90 in Washington State, and you can check with Grays Harbor County for the accurate tax details. $80,000 in Copalis Beach, Washington. There, you guys. Could be a great find for one of you. Now we're going to head into Iowa. Look at this pretty place. This one's $69,500. It's been on the market for 11 days. It was built in 1910. And it's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house in Sac City, Iowa, 50583 in Sac County. And the house has 1,344 square feet. $69,500. Let's see what we're getting. This looks really nice. 2-story with a 2-car attached garage, paved. Look at all that parking. Wow. Sac City, Iowa. Now in Iowa, we are at a real estate tax rate 1.49%. So we're coming in higher than the national average of 0.99. Now, the home values in this area are around $230,000. So another house with a low price and high potential and a lot of equity to be built. Look at the woodwork. This is very pretty. So we may find hardwood floor beneath this carpet, so it looks like there's hardwood floor in the room off the living area there. $69,500 house in Iowa. So there's one of the bathrooms. Single shower. Gorgeous woodwork. That would be your dining area. Here's their kitchen. Very pretty. Quite a few cabinets, upper and lower. There's your range with your range hood next to the refrigerator. Looks like vinyl flooring. So this is the upstairs. There's another bathroom. This one may have a tub. Yeah, this one has a tub and shower. $69,500 in Sac City, Iowa right here. This is very nice. Another house with a lot of possibilities and potential. Who's looking in Iowa? So here may be the basement. When you have your home inspections, they'll run those mechanicals. They'll let you know the longevity of your roof. Check the foundation. Get down to the fine details. There's your 2-car attached garage with an automated garage opener. Another little outbuilding. A lot of storage. Very pretty. Lots of potential with this one. $69,500. That's a nice family home. And that looks like a craftsman style with that wide eaves and just that overhang there. And looks like you do have a side enclosed porch. That's very pretty. Another one that looks like it needs a little life brought to it. And it's 500 North 12th Street in Sac City, Iowa. Been on the market 11 days, built in 1910. Let's get a look at our street view. That's a very pretty property. There's part of your neighborhood. Very nice, but again, due diligence. Looks like a nice tree, or nice shaded street, I should say. Okay, let's go back to the map. Sac City, Iowa. North Raccoon River's over to the east. Noble Popcorn Farms is nearby. So here is your local amenities. We have, let's see, what else will we got here? I'm looking for some, you got a DG there. There's your Loring Hospital. You got a Subway. And let's see what else we have nearby. Hutch's Cafe. So we are, let's see, we're south of Newell and Sulphur Springs, and we are north of Lakeview and Grant City here. Twin Lakes is over here to the east, and Ida Grove and Arthur are over to the west. So there we are. Red marks the spot here. So Sioux City, Iowa is over here to the west. That's where we are. And Des Moines is down here to the southeast. And let's see here. Built in 1910, and the property details states it's a nice sized home that needs a little TLC to make it your own. 2-car attached garage, new windows, great location, it says. And when we look at the history on this one, it was just listed, and the house is 115 years old. And in Iowa, again, the real estate tax rate is 1.49%. That looks like a very fine home for under $70,000. A lot of potential there. Who's looking in Iowa? Okay, now we're going to head into Arkansas. Look at this little cutie. This one's $45,000. So we are reducing the price, you guys. It's been in the market only a day. It's sitting on a 9,240 square foot lot. The house itself has 811 square feet of living space with 2 bedrooms and 1 bathroom. And you'll find this one on West 27th Avenue in Pine Bluff, Arkansas, 71603. So let's see how much house we're getting in Arkansas for $45,000. This is so cute. Now I have an AI chat GPT rendering of this to show you some pop of color here in a minute. But it's got a nice screen porch, shingle roof. Looks like we have a fenced yard with a side driveway. That may be our living area. And there's your kitchen. So they have like a brown wall color throughout the house, it looks like. So there's your gas range with your range hood, your row of cabinets. $45,000 in Pine Bluff, Arkansas means we're in Jefferson County, and the population of Jefferson County is around 38,780 people. And in Arkansas, your real estate tax rate is 0.59%, so we're coming down lower than that national average of 0.99. And in this area of Arkansas, your median home values are around, in Pine Bluff, are around $75,000. So again, more, a lot of room for equity growth. It looks like we have vinyl flooring. So it looks like we're headed into, there's your full bathroom, nice window in there. You can always lighten the walls if you want to brighten it up a little bit. Looks like we might have attic space here in the hallway. 2-bedroom, 1-bath for $45,000 in Pine Bluff, Arkansas. Yeah, that's super cute. So what I did with this one is I added that pop of color that we all have to have. Well, maybe not all of us, but I know I love a good pop of color, as you know, if you've been with me for a while. So there is the outside. Plenty of room in that screen porch, too, for a little table and chairs, it looks like. And then instead of brown in the kitchen here, I painted the kitchen white. So I just brightened it up and painted the door. And then I added some hardware to the cabinets, and I took down the cabinets above the gas stove and added a white range hood. But that's what it could look like with a little motivation, a little bit of money. And that is $45,000 in Pine Bluff, Arkansas. Cute little place right there. Great potential. On West 27th Street. So let's get a look at our street view. How cute is this? There you have a paved driveway, so here's your neighborhood. But again, we always do diligence. But I bet we're not too far out of town. We're on a 35-mile-per-hour zone. That's nice. Let's see where we are on the map. A lot of local amenities. Yeah, we have pizza shops, Mexican food, Hazel's Bottle Shop. We have Super One Foods there for your grocery store. And let's see where we are here. We're in Jefferson County. Got a casino nearby as well. We're right near the Arkansas River. There it is there. And let's see here. So we're right off of Highway 530, it looks like. So we're below Haywood and Sherrill, and we are above Woodlawn, and we're to the west of Adkins Lake, and we're to the east of Sulphur Springs right there in Pine Bluff, Arkansas. There's Little Rock right up here to the north. Red marks the spot right there. So let's see our satellite view real quick. Yeah, right near all your local amenities. You got an Ollie's Bargain Outlet nearby as well. Yeah, look at all those amenities. There is a lot right off of West 27th Avenue. And that's 1807 West 27th Avenue. Been on the market a day. And it states here, 2-bedroom property located in the center of town would be perfect for a first-time home buyer or a seasoned investor. And again, the listing agencies are found in the description box below every video. So go take a look at this one. If you're looking for a $45,000 house in Arkansas, it was sold in 2003 for $22,000. And then it was listed for $45,000, and the house is 74 years old. And it states here, yeah, the assessment isn't correct. So you want to call the county clerk's office in Jefferson County for the accurate tax details. And that's Pine Bluff, Arkansas, $45,000. Cute little place. Alrighty, so now we are going to head into Olanta, South Carolina. Anyone looking for 2.7 acres in South Carolina, this one might suit your needs. It's $45,000. And it says here it's on North Jones Road in Olanta, South Carolina, meaning we're in Florence County, where the population of Olanta is 563 people. And this is a 2-bedroom, 1-bath house with 856 square feet, hot off the listing press, built in 1940. So let's see how much house we're getting for our money in Olanta, South Carolina on 2.78 acres of land. This is a great find for one of you. All right, this is so cute. So we have our covered porch. Looks like we're sitting there very private. And here is the open plan. So it looks like you walk right into the kitchen with vinyl flooring and then right into the living room. Nice built-ins there. Light, bright interior space. Olanta, South Carolina in Florence County. And now in South Carolina, your real estate tax rate is 0.53%. So it's the lowest out of all these 4 states. Washington was 0.90. Iowa is 1.49. Arkansas is 0.59. And South Carolina is 0.53. So I'm not sure what room this is, but there is your bathroom with vinyl flooring. We can see that there off to the side. 2.78 acres. You're getting a well, septic, utilities. Hopefully we'll have some kind of an outbuilding. That would be a bonus. A lot of room in that kitchen. You could add an island. So you do have a range hood above your electric stove there. And you got a 2-door refrigerator. Little counter area here as well. Couple of windows in the kitchen. And then there is another view of the outside. Sweet little pad for somebody in South Carolina. So here's what I did with the outside of this one. Isn't that nice? Thank you, ChatGPT. That is so quaint, so pretty. So let's get rid of all those wild weeds in the front of it and expose that front porch. Add those hanging baskets and add some landscaping in that brick pathway. Isn't that pretty? Cute little place right there. And when we go back up to the kitchen, this is what I've done with the kitchen. I modernized it and added an island. And it looks like we have plenty of room in the kitchen to have this style. And added some new appliances. But isn't that nice? So with some motivation and some money, this is what your Olanta, South Carolina kitchen could look like. 2.78 acres right there. So let's get some details off the description. North Jones Road. So let's get a street view here. Look at that. Oh, we do get an outbuilding. That adds some value too. Look at that. Looks like it may be a 2-car garage without overhead doors, and then it has a lean-to off the side. Look at this. There's no one around either. 2.7 acres of pure privacy here in South Carolina. Nice. Sweet find right there for somebody. A lot of potential. Okay, so let's see where we are on the map. So we're right off the Florence Highway. And let's see here. Let's see. We're right below Danwood and Effingham. We're right in Olanta. And we have Sumter over to the west. And as we scroll out, there is the coastline, of course. And we have Lake City down to the south. Pardon my dogs. I think the delivery man is here. And then we have Kingstree and let's see. Yeah, Effingham and Florence is right up here. And Timmonsville is up here to the north. So let's get, oh, sorry about that. Let's get a look at our satellite view for your 2.78 acres. There we go. Doesn't really give us too much of a close-up, but it's on North Jones Road. And it states here that it's a cute bungalow in need of love and attention with 2.78 acres for you to expand. No restrictions, no HOA. Bring your chickens and start fresh in the country. I would agree with that. Who's looking at South Carolina? $45,000. Now, this may be a foreclosure. And just an FYI, and it states here for the history, it was sold in 2022 for $65,000. Now they list it for $45,000. And on an assessment of $62,834, it says the taxes were $14.81. However, you'd want to call Florence County Tax Office for the accurate tax records. And this house is 85 years old. So there it is again, and this is what it could look like with a little pop of color. Love it. It's a cute little place right there. And that is Olanta, South Carolina on 2.78 acres, $45,000. Or if you want to live in Pine Bluff, Arkansas for $45,000, there's that little cute place. Sac City, Iowa for $69,500. Or if you want a Copalis Beach, Washington house, sorry about that, I don't know why it does this. There it is. And that one is $80,000. And that might be a great find for somebody that wants to build new. And that'll do it for today's episode. I hope you guys are having a great day. It's always great to be with you. Remember, you're welcome to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. Because the house you're not looking for, you know, maybe the next episode. And we will see you then because more houses are coming up. Have a great day, everybody. And keep that glass full of gratitude. Cheers.